Good evening, East Alabama and West Georgia. Welcome back to Dr. Don's weather page. That did not take long. The Storms Forecast Center at Norman, Oklahoma has just issued a tornado watch. This is a new tornado watch that covers a large chunk of the state of Alabama, and it actually gets into portions of East Alabama. So we wanted to come back and give you this latest information from the Storm Prediction Center. And you can see there the areas inside of that yellow box in the state of Alabama are the counties that are covered under this new tornado watch that has just been issued by the Storm Prediction Center. And I will give you the text of that in just a few moments. They literally just issued this, so it's going to take a minute for the data to get populated on the server, and as soon as it's there, I will bring you the text of that. Let's see if we can get it that way. All right, the National Weather Service has issued Tornado Watch number 80 in effect until 1 a.m. Central Daylight Time Thursday for the following areas. In Alabama, this watch includes 26 counties. In Central Alabama, it includes Autauga, Bibb, Blount, Chilton, Coosa, Dallas, Elmore, Etowah, Fayette, Greene, Hale, Jefferson, Lamar, Lowndes, Marengo, Marion, Montgomery, Perry, Pickens, Shelby, St. Clair, Sumter, Talladega, Tuscaloosa, Walker, and Winston counties. Again, that is a brand new tornado watch that has now been issued for portions of West and Central Alabama. It also covers several counties now in East Alabama of particular note. That would be Shelby, St. Clair, Talladega counties of East Central Alabama. Also Coosa and Chilton, and even down into Elmore County. So those of you who are listening to us via radio this evening on WFAZ God's Country 90.9 and WJHO 89.7, mostly your coverage areas there on the western side of your coverage area is where this new tornado watch box has been placed this evening. Now, the main line of storms is still back over central Mississippi, but we are beginning to see some singular storms develop out ahead of the main line of thunderstorms. And so I have to assume, and I'm trying to verify that, but we're having some data issues at the moment. I'm going to have to assume that the Storm Prediction Center wanted to go ahead and put this tornado watch up because of those storms that are beginning to develop well in advance of that line of thunderstorms that's still back over central Mississippi. So we've been talking about the timeline being most likely after midnight, and I still think that is true for the main line of storms. But we could see individual storms develop and move into East Alabama anytime after 9 or 10 o'clock this evening. And so I think that's the reason they've gone ahead and placed a large area of north, central, west, and east central Alabama under a tornado watch this evening. So again, just wanted to bring that to you. Again, we plan on doing another update for you unless something else changes. By about 9 p.m. this evening, we'll bring you the latest information here on God's Country and on the Classic, as well as across all of our social media outlets on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and DrDonWX.com. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you back at 9 p.m. All right, folks, those of you on social media who are still with me, just wanted to pause there for a second to let our radio stations go back to regular programming. And, yeah, so that was a wee bit of a surprise there. Didn't see that one coming. But I think it's warranted because some of these singular storms that are running well out ahead of the main line could also produce some pretty heavy thunderstorms out there this evening as well. That's what they've done. They've gone ahead and issued that tornado watch. And for those of you that are looking at your screen, I want you to notice over there in Mississippi, one thing I did not point out just a few moments ago that I'd like to point out is that not only do we have 5, we have 5 tornado warnings in Mississippi and Tennessee. We have 1 confirmed tornado on the ground. You see that purple box that is flashing down there, and that is going to be to the east-northeast of Yazoo City, maybe just to the west of Philadelphia, Mississippi. That purple box is a confirmed tornado on the ground. And then every other county in Mississippi and western Tennessee along this line is currently under a severe thunderstorm warning. So they're warning for this entire line from Memphis all the way to New Orleans, which is pretty amazing. So that's just kind of an idea of what we've got coming from this storm. I want to take the composite off and go to the next rad, and let's go to Birmingham. I just want to see what these storms that are out ahead of the line look like. Yeah, those are pretty significant storms. Looking at it on the next rad, Doppler radar, the strongest of those storms would be up there right along Interstate 22, right along the Alabama-Mississippi state line, and then just to the north and west of Moundville, north of I-20. They're just to the west of Tuscaloosa. So some pretty heavy storms about to move into the Tuscaloosa area, and then up there around Fayette, and then on up to around Hamilton. And that's in west and northwest Alabama, so they're still a long way away from East Alabama or West Georgia. But yeah, I believe they went ahead and put this tornado watch up because of these storms that are forming ahead of that main line. So that's what we got going on, folks. I would expect another tornado watch box to go up probably by 9 p.m. this evening, and that watch would most likely encompass all of East Alabama, may actually get some of West Georgia as well, or they may start extending this current watch off to the east as those storms get a little bit closer to Birmingham. So we'll ride that for you, watch it, and we'll be back. If they start to do that before 9 o'clock, then we'll come back then. If not, I'll be back at 9 o'clock with an update from Dr. Don's weather. So, again, remain weather aware as we go throughout this event this evening, and I'll see you back in here soon on Dr. Don's weather.